Hi and welcome to this Autoemotional presentation for what can only be described as a showroom immaculate Mercedes E200. As you can see, the car is benefiting from being the facelifted shape, and it's in the most popular color out here in Dubai, in the lovely emirate with the sun beating down on us. You can understand why. Gleaming white. Also has a classic style grille as well, which the owner spec'd up on this car. Honestly, we've gone through it, and to be honest, it's a pretty hard car for us to pick up any flaws on. We can't find anything. It's really in just such fantastic condition. The Mercedes E-Class, of course, just an absolute icon on the roads. It stood the test of time in terms of design, and these vehicles now just have so much technology with them as well. It really is an absolute pleasure to drive. So many features and functions on this car. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough time to go through everything. I'm pretty confident we won't, but just a quick walk around to demonstrate the actual condition of this thing. I mean, really and truly, it's just that three-pointed star, just letting you know that you're in something that's just, you know, timeless really. Little touches like that little Mercedes-Benz logo there within the headlights themselves. 17-inch alloys, the repeaters embedded in the electric foldable wing mirrors, 2 keys with the vehicle as well. This vehicle's professionally tinted. I mean, it's owner begrudgingly having to sell the car, but make no mistake, absolute full 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗢𝗢𝗡𝗢𝗢 service history. I think it was only serviced about 2,000 kilometers ago. It's not being sold for any other reason. That is just time for it to move on, and the owner's collection of vehicles is going to miss this one for sure. But as you can see, again, just in beautiful order. 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗢𝗢𝗡𝗢𝗢 service history absolutely from day one till only 2,000 kilometers ago. They are a few E-classes on the road, don't get us wrong, and that's because not they're common, but because they're very popular, and popular for multiple of reasons. You want that three-pointed star when you're driving down the road. It does make you feel as though you've achieved something. And the E-Class as well, really just an uncompromising vehicle, and it ticks so many boxes. Executive saloon, a family vehicle, so on and so forth. We'll jump into the driver's seat last, in fact, just to show you how much space. I mean, I'm 6'2", plenty of space in the rear cabin for 3 full-size adults, even with my seat adjusted properly. Airbags throughout the car as well, as you can imagine. Nice touches, of course, if you've got the kids in the rear. You know, the sunshade built into the doors, and everything works with, you know, consummate German engineering. Foldable armrests as well to give a bit of luxury for those guys in the back, and of course, most important, the cup holders. Little storage tray as well. These things are, you know, they're not the things that you look for when you purchase a vehicle sometimes, but they're actually really handy, just knowing that you've got little amenities, somewhere to pop pens if you're writing notes, 12-volt charger in the rear as well. Of course, AC is ice cold on this thing, as you can imagine. Electric rear blind as well. Parking sensors front and back, as well as rear view camera. Little hook to hang your coat or bag on. These things have been thought over years and years of dedicated engineering from the guys at Mercedes as well. Pop the boot off the key, and what you'll notice is just the cavernous size of the boot in this thing. I mean, you've got little ties on the end so you can put storage, things won't move around. Also got little hooks on the back too. First aid kit, which I'm sure has thankfully never had to be used as well. Again, huge load space. You can stick some suitcases in there, so on and so forth. Secondary jumper battery as well. Tools, which again look as though they've never been required. These cars are just bulletproof engineering from Mercedes. Hazard warning triangle there as well. Little reflector in case, God forbid, you're having to help someone out. Rear view camera, which again we'll demonstrate. Not a problem. Heated rear glass as well. Third high level brake light. Tires in immaculate condition. I mean, the car's just, it's flawless. There isn't anything to even mention on it, to be honest, apart from the lovely sumptuous black leather interior, contrasting white stitching as well throughout the cabin, and you've got this dark burr walnut bordering on mahogany, I suppose, wood inlay. Again, you know, lots of toys to go through on the front, so we're definitely gonna jump in and get going with that, just to showing you how everything comes together and works on this vehicle. And Mercedes always makes you feel good when you jump in one. You feel as though you've achieved something. I said that before, but it is true. Whenever you put your keys down at a restaurant table or someone asks you what you drive, you know, you feel lucky. You feel lucky to say that. So again, as mentioned, one of two keys. As you'll see, everything, all the warning lights come on as they're intended to, and then go off as they're intended to as well. So we'll put the AC down slightly just for a second, although we will want to put it back up because it's a rather hot day today. Electric backrest and supports on the driver's seat as well and passenger seat. You've got electric mirrors, that being the driver's, press it, and that being the passengers as well. Electric glass as well, windows all the way around. We're not going to do that because the car's just been valeted. And of course you can cut power to the rear in case you do have the little ones messing around, or the big ones indeed. Central locking, not only off the key, you can also set it so that it locks in itself and engages while you drive off. Of course you can unlock it off the driver's door as well. Car normally sits on auto headlights, of course, so whenever you pop into the tunnel or it's the evening time, the lights will come on absolutely by themselves. The Mercedes cruise control is the best in the world. It just is. You drive, you touch it up, that's it, cruise control's on. You press the limit and it will dictate that's the speed you're not going to go above. So 120, for example, say on Mohammed bin Zayed Road, 110, you know, whatever you want to set it at, you just simply press it in. All steering controls on the steering wheel itself control a multitude of the multimedia on this car. It does have a fair bit of infotainment within it as well. Of course, it's a new generation E-Class, so it always would. Wash, wipers, and the reversing gears, park, neutral, drive as well, all on the stalk, so it frees up nice bit of space here in the transmission tunnel. Again, you've got so many options on here. You can configure the dash clusters to look at whatever suits you really. That's giving you an indication of your driving styles as well. As well as that, you can then switch to navigation. If you put in destination, you'll get secondary information coming up on your cluster, as well as of course on the map screen. Slide it across, you've then got audio where you can flick through all your channels, and of course mute, skip through radio stations, volume up and down as well, voice command as well, power steering, and as mentioned, airbags throughout the vehicle. As you would imagine, this is a very safe car to be in. It is a Mercedes E-Class at the end of the day. Again, glass sunroof, which we're not going to open again because we don't want watermarks on the vehicle. We're keeping it in pristine condition for its very lucky new owner. Audio, again, we never demonstrate the audio capabilities because of copyright issues, but rest assured the sound quality on this car is very good. Rear blind, if I press, you can see in the rear view mirror it's popping up, so it does shade the vehicle quite nicely as well actually. And again, simply press it to bring it back down. You can switch the parking sensors on and off. Sometimes if you're in stop-start traffic and you're not moving for a while, you know, it is handy to be able to just hit a button and switch those off so that the bleeps don't keep going. But when you do need it, very reassuring to know that the Mercedes system has got your back. And also a trademark thing with the Mercedes parking systems is you'll notice, in fact, if I engage reverse on the vehicle, not only do I of course get the rear camera pop up, but you'll notice two little lights pop up on the in fact, if I do it like this, you'll see it a bit clearer, the little roof mounted indicator. So as soon as I get closer to a wall or another car, it will start showing me. And the reason being that obviously it's very natural to be looking in the rear view mirror, and you'll be able to see that in your eye line, and you don't really have to compromise by looking over your shoulder, left, right. You can just rely on the camera, the parking sensors and that sense as well, and good old-fashioned eyesight as well. So very handy. And again, engage park, simply press it in. Such a simple system to use. And of course, car benefits from having paddle shifts. Now, only being a 4-cylinder, the fuel economy is absolutely sublime on this car. Yet the power delivery is incredible. You would not believe that this is a E200. You would think it's a V6 E350 the way it drives, probably because of the amount of care and attention the owner's bestowed upon it, and all the correct servicing that he's maintained with 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗢𝗡𝗠𝗢𝗡 as well. Some more multimedia inputs there as well, so USB, so on and so forth. A nice large glove box, and of course economy and sport in the driver's eye line. You can choose that 12-volt power supply there if you want to, of course, charge your phone or anything else. AC is mentioned, of course, you're not going to be able to feel, but you can certainly hear. And it's very loud because it's very powerful. So we could keep that at 1 bar. It's absolutely fine, despite it being 30 centigrade outside. The car's kept absolutely cold. Dual zone as well, so of course, you know, passenger can have different climate control as opposed to the driver as well, all being displayed on the infotainment screen. Radio, disc, USB, Bluetooth as well. And in regards to the actual media functions, as I scroll through the wheel here, it will give me lots of options, so I can actually adjust through even the scale of the map by simply swiveling the button. It gives you a very nice bird's eye view of exactly where we are here in Dubai. And going back as well, you know, I mean, the multimedia itself, you know, will give you just, it's a video on its own. You know, you really have got a dedicated half-an-hour tutorial on this thing. You can also kill the screen to completely black. Very handy as well if you're actually just driving and you want just a nice evening glow from the illuminated cabin as well. And again, as mentioned, lots of functions: audio, navigation, of course Bluetooth, not only for voice calls and receiving them, but also for Bluetooth music streaming as well. You can also put in video via the disc, lots of media options, and of course the system itself, which you can configure. So, and lovely, replicating the analog clock there in digital form. So very Mercedes-Benz, and a very nice touch as well. So tends to be left on Navi screen as well, of course, and it's got a lot of functions which, again, as I said, requires its own little video, including, believe it or not, internet radio. You can connect through as well. So it's got a lot of toys. You're not going to get bored, but of course you buy it because it's a Mercedes-Benz and it's a uncompromising German machine that's been built so well. And of course you can see the amount of paperwork and user manuals that are in here as well, all being kept for this very lucky new owner. So we'll jump out now and wrap the video up, but rest assured that whomsoever ends up being the lucky new owner of this car is not going to regret the purchase. We're pretty sure that whoever looks at this first is going to take it. It's just, honestly, it's a showroom mint car. There's nothing to pre-warn anyone about. Full service history from 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗢𝗡𝗠𝗢𝗡. As mentioned, it's, you know, only about 2,000 kilometers ago. And also it's a 2014 E200 Mercedes-Benz, so you know you're going to be very proud to own this vehicle. Uncompromising torque from the engine, super smooth gearbox, cruise control, ice cold AC, electric, everything, and on top of that it gives you absolutely fantastic fuel economy. It's unbelievable. Space for 5 adults and that prestige badge. It's definitely not going to be sticking around for long, so whoever calls first, car's theirs. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video presentation by Autoemotional.